resources. There's no food, no water.
I can't even afford a car, man.
Gas is insane.
Can't even afford a house, man.
I know.
Oh, poor fellas. Say, how'd you guys get here?
We're homeless. We got laid off our jobs. Not enough money going around, and everything's too expensive.
I watched too many Instagram reels. Then I got fired, and now I'm here.
I crashed the CEO of Microsoft's yacht in a dock. I didn't know how to ride it, so they fired me and took all my money.
That's a shame.
I invested all my money in flowers. That was not a very good investment. They die very quickly.
With the deteriorating soil here, we can't grow.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm Sebastian, CEO of Gamozon. I've been thinking about doing a project recently where something involving Mars, but I'm not exactly sure. So I have a question for you guys. Let's say you were on Mars and had infinite resources. What would you do?
Well, I'd say since we don't have any resources here, we should take them from Mars instead.
See. Okay. So, what are you proposing? Like setting up some sort of society?
Yeah, like an industrial society.
Okay, I see. And what would this industrial society do? Would they like harvest resources or something?
Yeah, we could like mine resources and soil from Mars to bring over to Earth.
And, like asteroids too, right? They got a ton of stuff. Okay. So, let's see. You guys seem like a great team for this, but let me get to know you guys each. What's your name?
My name is Carson, and I'm homeless because I got laid off at my company. I used to be quality assurance manager, so I made sure that everything was safe.
Nice to meet you, Carson.
Nice to meet you too.
What about you?
I used to be a tech engineer, like software engineer for Microsoft, and then I got laid off.
Your name?
Tyler.
Nice to meet you, Tyler. What about you?
I was a media manager for Microsoft, promoting their consoles, games for Xbox, stuff like that, and then got fired. I'm Roman, by the way.
Oh, good to meet you, Roman. And what about you?
My name's Austin. I used to design and build buildings for a construction company, and then one of the buildings collapsed and killed someone, so yeah.
Bad situation. Sorry about that, man. Well, okay. So, if we went to Mars to set up an industrial society, wouldn't we need to like set up some sorts of like, I don't know, sensors or something? Like let's think here. First of all, the Martian soil is kind of like, is all of it really fit for machinery, or would we need to do something about that?
I'd say we'd have to like scan the ground first, maybe with like moisture, like something that can detect the moisture.
Okay, I see. That makes sense. All right, what about like power?
We have to set up sensors around the planet, finding where light is hitting the planet most often to put up solar panels in those areas.
That makes sense. That's good. That's good. And what about, especially mining? Like, if we were to do mining, what about the safety of that? Like, wouldn't there be like, I don't know, some hazardous gases? I'm a business guy. I don't know much about this.
So we can also set up sensors that detect dangerous gas levels such as carbon monoxide to make sure that everyone can get out in time once they sense that, and that we can deploy a team to that area to seal it off.
Good to know a safety manager knows his stuff. Now, say, I feel like there's one more thing we need.
Well, I feel like the most important thing we need to think about is how we're actually going to get there, right?
Yeah.
So
That is an important part.
I'd say while we're using like rocket ships, sending everything up, it's important that those rocket ships are actually safe,
Yes.
So one of the main things about that is we could like make like an individual unit that we could like put around everywhere to detect the temperature and alert the crew if there's any problems.
Spot on. I knew there was something with temperature we needed. But, okay, so, I see. So we would set up, so the team would be like this, right? We'd have our QA, our safety and quality assurance manager, Carson here, right? Then we have what do you do?
Software engineer.
Yes.
I would mainly like work on the programming, make sure our ideas actually like become a solution, working solution, right? And I'd be focusing mainly on like programming, like I said, making the circuits, as well as like staying on top of all the current technology, like ChatGPT.
Of course, yeah, the head of software design type. And what about you, Roman?
I can make some videos, edit, and show how people should live in Mars and how it'd be a much better life.
So like a service promotion, right?
Yeah.
Like some sort of media manager or
You
something?
can't get people to Mars if they don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, we gotta keep the people informed. Yes, that makes sense. And what about you,
think I
Mr.
could.
Building Smasher?
I think I could design and build the factories, the rocket ships, the housing, because people are going to need housing when they're on Mars.
That makes sense.
Don't worry, I'll keep them safe.
Good thing. Now, say I don't have anything for you at the moment, but I do have this thing. Say, fellas, you care for some Mars bars? I would love some Mars bars. Give me that.
Let's go to Mars.
Be a Mars war man.
Thank you, good.
There you go.
Okay.
And now a cheer to Mars.
To Mars!
I am in prison currently. This is due to my unfortunate status as being homeless on the streets. This unfortunate circumstance was because of my firing from my PR management role at a very important nameless company. The lack of funds from my lack of job led to a lack of housing, causing me to become homeless and then sent into prison because of my inability to be off the streets. I wish I was free from this scenario, somewhere on Mars, for example, and to resume my passions on Mars of being a PR manager, someone who could manage all of the public relations that would go on in and beyond Mars in a company. Because with a PR manager, there would be no mistakes. We would have a perfect record because all narratives would conform to the whim of the PR manager, lest the company collapse under its own size. And mistakes are inevitable, so it is better to prevent them when they arise, rather than hoping they would never appear in the first place. But I understand, to make this dream a reality, it would require moisture sensors before anything else. These moisture sensors would do many things, including of which would be able to measure the amount of water and other fluids in the topsoil and below, allowing for firm encampments to be placed on dry, solid soil. Otherwise, they would possibly collapse and get corrupted through sand getting stuck in wiring or sinkholes due to the high moisture levels that would need to be avoided, including small particulates that would be partially dissolved.